Okay. Well, yeah. Are we gonna lower the volume on the speaker though? Oh, it's live. Hello there. I am the producer, Alex, and I'm playing solo leveling. Yeah. So, what's that? Okay, I'm coming off. Fooey.
Hello, hello, everybody. Tonight we are going to be taping a live episode of the Breaking Brews podcast, and I just want to let you guys know, just because we're taping a podcast doesn't mean you need to be any extra quiet. We actually encourage you to be louder because it helps cover up the music. And if you guys wish to partake in any part of the podcast, you're more than welcome to. We'll have segments where we invite people up, but in the beginning of the podcast, we do ask that everybody, just to show a little bit of crowd presence, I'm going to introduce myself, and then Everett's going to introduce himself. So you'll be listening for, what's up, guys? It's the Breaking Brews podcast. I'm your host, blah, 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 and insert that. When Everett introduces himself, we just need a big round of applause, and then you guys don't have to participate the rest of the night. But we're going to be getting started here in a minute. We just wanted to test all the sound equipment. But thanks, guys. Oh, also, if completely necessary and possible, please try not to walk anywhere in front of the couch just because you have the camera and it just sucks. So don't do that. She's not going to be on tonight. No. She's doing her own thing. I don't know. But she told me already. All right, guys, we're going to be getting started. Just a reminder, please don't walk in front of the camera. Means a lot. We love you guys. And remember, after Everett introduces himself, we just get a big crowd participation cheer. It'll mean the world to us. And if you guys want to participate in talking about a few things, we will love you. She's filling them up right now. Yeah. She's getting two. Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, Everett, I got it right here. Everett. All right, Alex. How do I sound on the headphones? Testing. Is it good? Testing. You also hear it through that, because the output from that is gonna play as loud as it comes out of there through the headphones. Okay.
All right, let me get this washed and all.
Yeah, you're good. Yes, go ahead and start recording. Yeah. Perfect. Hi, Hayden. Here's me. Do I want the what? No, because it wouldn't be symmetric. Oh, actually, if you want to grab those remotes. But we'll talk about them, though. Hey, guys, just don't walk this way. Sorry. Everett's pretty quiet, so I just wanted to. Oh.
this off. Avoid talking about this for a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
Like, we'll do that
So,
more towards
yeah,
the
we'll
end of
do
our
it at the end.
segment. Let's see what kind of script we got going. Bum bum. Oh, wow, that is very loud.
Okay, cool.
What's your name?
That's Alex.
Alex, nice to meet you. I'm Everett.
So we're gonna be talking about just kind of like the so far of the year and the whole year for the show so far. So the first segment is just gonna be about some guests that we've had on last year, like some of our favorite moments. Then which was our most popular topics, and then all of our sponsors for the year.
Okay, yeah, that sounds
And then
good to
we'll
me.
talk about whatever. Then this literally won't take that
Yeah,
long.
you just guide through it, and I'll do my best to add
Yeah.
to it, like we did in the car.
Yeah.
It takes me a couple minutes to kind of get in that groove. Once I'm in that groove, we're really building.
So one thing you're gonna do is you're going to introduce yourself in a minute. I'm gonna introduce myself, then you introduce yourself, and everybody's gonna applaud.
All right.
Okay. Alrighty. And I mean, you know most of these people, like Thomas.
Yeah, I can
Corey,
talk about them.
Justin.
Thomas is in the one that works here.
Yeah.
Okay. Or that owns it. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, it's that time of the week again. This is the Breaking Brews podcast. I am your host, Mikey 2.
And I am Everett.
There we go. There we go. We are having our New Year's Eve spectacular. I today obviously am not joined by Lauren. I'm joined by my buddy Everett, the owner of Tiave Teas, and he's throwing this whole shindig together. So I thought, what better than to have the man himself come on out and be on the podcast?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'd just like to say really quick, a lot of you guys out there who've met me and talked to me before still call me Tiave guy. My name is actually Everett.
His
You can
name
call
is
me
Everett.
Even if I've never talked to you before. It doesn't matter. Everett's better than Tiave guy. I like it a
Tiave
little
guy,
bit
that's
more.
awesome. Well, speaking of Tiave, we got some Tiave in front of us. What are we drinking right now?
This is raspberry peach. It's
Raspberry
our latest
peach.
formulation of the teas. And this year for Tiave has been a really interesting year because we just started,
That's
right?
good.
About 4 months ago. So we're still constantly kind of tweaking small things about the tea. So I would not expect this to be the last formulation, but we're getting close to it.
You know, I like this because it's not too peachy. Like, it's not, I'm not much of a peach guy. There's more raspberry than peach, but the peach it's like a hint of peach and it tastes good. So for this episode, we're going to be kind of looking back on the year. I mean, we only have been doing this for about 4 months, so I mean, it's not a whole year. It's not even half a year, but we're going to be going over some of like our best moments, some of our favorite things that we've talked about, some of our favorite people we've had on, and all of our sponsors really, because I feel like we should give everybody, their due diligence. But I'm really glad to have Everett with us. So he's got this new flavor here. We're really excited. I think it tastes amazing, and that's come from a guy who doesn't like peach. I think it tastes great. I'm probably going to chug this thing. Not completely at one time, because I want to be conscious by the end of this episode. But it's really good. And what else you got there? The red one.
This is just a regular red tea, but right here,
Yeah.
what's special is this is a Tiave Teas custom glass. Let's show
Oh,
it off
dang.
with yours, since it's a little bit more opaque. So it's
Yeah.
made to go with the Tiave a little bit. I know it's very hard to see from here, so we might be able to get a picture up there on screen.
Oh, yeah.
But this is our brand new revised logo.
Yeah.
It's done in like a European family crest style. And then what's really unique about these glasses that really sold me on having to make them like this
Sick.
is that we've got this tinted bottom. And you won't be able to really see it because this glass already has something in it. But
Whoa.
yeah, when you put a light up to it, the whole thing goes purple.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What? Dude, that's crazy. I thought it was my eyes. I thought I was seeing something when I was looking at it earlier. That's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate these.
I love the logo, dude. The logo looks great.
Yeah, it's our brand new logo. We got it for to do some other stuff with. We'll just say
That's a lot
that.
of
We'll
fun.
get into that later.
Awesome. Well, can't stop sipping on it. It's so good. like I said, we're going to be talking about a few things. This isn't going to be like our normal structure. This episode's going to be shorter, and we're just going to be talking about some of the best parts of the year so far. And so some of our favorite guests that we've had on, it ranges anywhere from, we had Big Dog Kombucha on not too long ago. First episode, we had Thomas, one of the owners here at Nocturne Teas. We had the comedians, JP Allen, Matt Glidden. But I just want to kind of go over some of our favorite moments from that. So we're going to actually play clips of our favorite parts of each of these people. So the first one we're going to go in through is a pool ball hitting us. Party foul. No, but the first one we're going to go through is some of our favorite moments from our Big Dog interview. By the way, when we do this, all this is just going to cut out, and we're just going to talk these parts through. So it kind of just goes through. And then just talk about a few things after the video technically shows. Well, one of my favorite parts, I know we showed it here in the video, one of my favorite parts of just meeting Big Dog is his enthusiasm and just kind of getting to see where he came from. Like, before we interviewed him, I didn't know, even whenever I did my mock interview, I had no idea that he lived in such bad conditions in Africa. And it just goes to show, the owner of a business like that comes from kind of a really not so good area can be so cheerful and happy considering everything he's been through. And you got to meet with Big Dog, you got to talk with him a little bit. He's just a really down-to-earth guy. He doesn't, very humble.
Yeah, I really like Big Dog. I mean, one of my favorite things about just meeting him in general was how enthusiastic he is about his product and how, he provides such clarity. Like, any questions you have, he can answer for you. And he's got samples for everyone, man. He brought so many bottles out here. I know that everybody loved just having him out here. It was a great time.
He's super genuine. Like, that's the thing. It's like, sometimes with owners of businesses, sometimes you get that fakeness or whatnot, and it's just them trying to sell your product or sell their product to you. He just wants to get to know you, which is really, very, you can sense it. And the next two people we're going to be talking about are JP Allen and Matt Glidden. They were two comedians that came on here. One's from Boston, one's from Orlando, and they this is what they had to say when they were in here. I'm gonna drink more of this because it's so fucking good.
Thanks, man. I did not fucking see this one, so I have no idea.
No, you're good, brother. No, you're good. Honestly, if you want to look at it while we're just sitting here, you can look ahead while I'm talking. Well, they're just two funny guys, man. They're just super straight up funny dudes. And their comedy's really pure. I mean, they kind of, you can make jokes about a lot of similar things, but a lot of their comedy really just tends to be their own, One thing with comedians I see is just a lot of people use a lot of topical stuff, which, it's funny the first couple times you hear it, but then it gets old really fast. But they're really great at making their stories unique and stand out. And I feel like that's one thing that the world really needs a lot of is just a good laugh. I mean, I know growing up as a kid, I used to listen to a lot of different comedians like Larry the Cable Guy, Jeff Foxworthy, Billy Engvall, just like a lot of the legends, Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias.
Yeah.
Dude, did you ever watch any stuff? Like, did you watch Comedy Central when you were younger?
I definitely watched Comedy Central when I was younger. One of the skits I can remember, I don't know if it was Comedy Central. It was this skit, it was called, I can't remember, it was about a soccer player.
Yeah.
Who was blocking every goal.
Scott Sterling,
Scott
dude.
Sterling.
That was on the
That's
Ben
what
Show.
It was. Yeah. I used
Dude,
to watch
those
a
are
lot
so
of
good.
comedy stuff when I was younger. And I still do currently every now and then, but...
I mean, nothing makes me feel better when I'm down than just laughing and having stuff like that. Like, there's videos, like, on my, on YouTube, I have, like, just folders of just, like, my favorite videos or the funniest videos, so I can go back and watch anytime I'm feeling down. And, I mean, especially here, we have a lot of jokesters here, just in the bar in general. Like, Micah's really funny. Kate's really funny. That's about it. Tom's shooting some jokes at the bar right now. Oh, it's not a joke. But it's one thing that I really enjoy about this podcast is just you get the diversity here. I mean, you have business owners, you have comedians, you have we already said business owners, but we have people that work at kava bars. Like, we had Rory come on. Rory's our number one most appeared person on the podcast. So we're gonna put in some clips from every single time Rory's come on the episode. He showed us some of his favorite brews, some of his homemade brews. Talked about a multitude. He's the most interesting man in the world. But yeah, we're gonna show you guys some of those things.
So, are you using these filler-like parts to actually fit in like your 2-hour benchmark that you usually do?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let's be sure we wrap this up by 11 to not rip 4 minutes there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll say Rory is one character, man. It seems like he's done everything. I mean, every single time we bring him on, he's able to talk about something we're talking about. Like, we brought him on when we talked about hiking and what she likes better, being off-roading or trails. He's all about D&D and Magic the Gathering. He's a big fan of both. He's a really great brewmaster. I mean, he's made the Borealis. He's made the Winter Solstice. He's just really good at making drinks. And, I mean, hey, who knows? One day maybe we'll get a Rory Tiave collab.
Maybe. I'd like to see that one day. That would be a lot of fun.
Rory's got a lot going on. He's actually not here tonight. I wish he was, or I'd just bring him on here. Maybe he'll show up before the episode's up. But, talking about some things where making our own flavors and brewing our own tea. I mean, we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Tiave. And I was just curious, since you started in the last year, what are some flavors that you've created yourself? Like, what are, if you can name them all, that'd be even better.
I can probably name them all, do my best. Not all have been equally as good. There's a lot that have been better than others, some that have been horrible. But I think my very original flavor I ever actually attempted making was this raspberry peach.
It's really good. I can't stop
which
drinking
I
it.
didn't touch for like 4 months, and then I went back and remade it. So there's raspberry peach, mango blueberry, there's the candy apple, we have the strawberry honey vanilla, we have...
You did a melon one, right? Did you say
Yeah,
one?
strawberry watermelon
Okay.
mints.
That one was my favorite.
Cherry, cranberry, lavender. And I think that's it as far as flavors that I've actually put out for people to
Alex,
try.
Alex, come grab a glass. That's really good. And I'm like picky.
Right here.
Right here. Yep. Yeah, take it.
You
Take it
can
right
take
there.
it.
Yeah, take
It's
it.
all you.
But yeah, you got a lot of flavors, man. I mean, especially for you being a new business, just being able to, test as many flavors as possible, find out what works. I mean, one thing I like to talk, whenever I talk to kava bars, is I'm like, it's good to have about 5 or 6 flavors that are your regulars, and then whenever you start to notice that those, like a flavor becomes unpopular, start bringing in maybe a few samples, and then switch it out. It's nice to have a good revolving menu, just so people get to try a variation of things, keep what works, change what doesn't. And I think probably one of your most popular ones here is probably the blueberry.
Mango blueberry.
Mango blueberry, which again is another fruit that I don't like mangoes, but it tastes so dang good. Like you've been able to make me enjoy certain fruit flavors that I just wouldn't like. Seriously, like even thinking about eating a peach right now just makes me sick to my stomach. But drinking this is so pleasant. It's like it brings back almost like a memory, kind of. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's bringing back some memories to me of something from my childhood.
Yeah, well, me personally, like I hand mix all my flavors. It's something I take a lot of pride in, is being able to like actually mix and create the flavors myself.
Yeah.
I make them from scratch every time, which is why I also take pride in how clear you see this drink is.
Yeah, dude.
No sediment
crystal clear
going
tea.
on.
That's crazy. Which
So-
that's very a lot of bars don't have clear tea. I mean, there's a kava bar in New Smyrna which prides themselves on having the crystal clear tea, but I mean it's not something easy to do. Like it takes a lot of filtering, and then people generalize something that's that clear as it not being strong, but it couldn't be further from the truth with your drink.
When I just got like this newest batch out, I had some people come to me and say that they thought it wasn't as strong. But I told them to just go ahead and drink the whole thing because it is actually stronger, slightly bit stronger.
Yeah.
I've just gotten better at my process, so it's a lot clearer. It tastes a little bit less like tea, even though it's still got the same full profile of tea that was in there before.
I mean, I'm feeling it now already, and I've only had a quarter of the glass. It's I mean, I can't stop saying it. Like, I don't even have to say this, but like, it's super good. Alex, what do you think? You try it? Yeah. I think it's. Hey, you're really good at creating flavors. Like I gotta give
appreciate
it
it,
to you.
man.
And it's, I mean, even certain companies that like I might drink on the regular. I mean, I think I prefer a lot of your Tiave flavors over their somewhat similar flavors.
Yeah, a really funny thing about that too is when I started Tiave, it was actually supposed to be a low-calorie tea company.
Yeah.
So all these flavors are actually very low calorie. We're talking like 40, 50 calories, which compared to something like this tea I have right in front of me, might be like 150. It can get really high up there when you start mixing a ton of syrups in there.
For sure. Well, we're going to get into the next thing, our next little bit, which is some of our favorite topics, our most popular topics that we talked about throughout the year. And our first one is going to be which are we more interested in exploring, space travel or underwater exploration? And it's just crazy. There's so much you can learn from either.
I think there's one clear answer with that right there. It's got to be underwater travel, because right now, where we are technologically, exploring space past like the closest few planets to us is so unfeasible where we are. Like, God forbid, leaving the solar system, you know, going to another galaxy or something like that. That is even if you're able to travel at like light speed, right?
Oh yeah, which would tear you apart.
But let's say you can travel at light speed.
Yeah.
You can get there really quick.
Yeah.
But it's that travel back that's gonna cost like
even more.
Yeah, like 2 million years on Earth. Something like it's crazy.
It's crazy.
So even if we were to send someone all the way out there, you'd never hear from them again before humankind was probably extinct.
Yeah, I mean that's like that movie, the movie Passengers with Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt. Like the whole thing is like they are put in a cryogenic thing, and the ship's supposed to take them on. It's something like a 120-year, 160-year journey to a new planet that's inhabitable. But they don't age at all. But they wake up early, and they're stuck on pretty much the ship by themselves while everybody's asleep. And like, there's this big issue. That's one of my favorite movies, is Passengers. But the thing is we've explored more of space than our own oceans. Like, it's crazy. Like, percentage-wise, we've hardly scratched the surface of exploring our own ocean, like depth-wise. It's crazy. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Like, the statistics are.
Space is infinite. That'd be impossible.
Well, okay. Like, we've seen more of space than we have of our own ocean. I think that's what it is. But
we barely have explored our own ocean.
Like, it's crazy. I mean, like the deepest depths. I mean, you see what happens whenever we try to do that. You have people that are going up into space, which seems like it's more dangerous. But it's almost more dangerous because we've spent less money focusing on sending people underwater than into space. I mean, obviously the Titan, or whatever it was called, that exploded underwater, like, that doesn't happen as frequent with rockets as it does with stuff like that.
Yeah, well, you encounter a problem going underwater that you don't necessarily encounter going out to space. You can seal your craft going up into space. There's a lot less pressure on you than there is when you're 2 miles beneath the surface.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of pressure in it. That's exactly what happened there. That the submarine cracked.
Yeah, it's crazy, and they didn't do enough testing, blah blah blah. But one thing that I think is really a really fun topic that we got to talk about, just because I didn't really know a lot until Corbin kind of came up here, and I don't think he even came on stage. I think he just talked to us off stage. But is having creamer or no creamer in your cava.
I prefer, or I don't actually, okay, if I'm to do a shell, I like to mix in creamer. If I'm going to do a chaser, I like creamer. Not just because it tastes better, but technically, from a scientific standpoint, kava lactones bond to fat.
Yeah.
So taking the
I got a lot of fat.
Taking the creamer will technically make the kava stronger. By such a small marginal amount, you wouldn't probably really notice.
Yeah.
But I just think it tastes way better. It's way smoother. Lemonade can vary from place to place. Creamer is always the solid choice.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm really with creamer or whatnot. I don't know what it is about, obviously I like to keep it traditional every now and then. Like, if somebody offers me a traditional shell and it's like, here or whatever, and they give it to me for free, I'm not gonna be like, hey, put some creamer in that, because I'm getting it for free, But like, if I'm paying for it, I'm gonna put some creamer in it. With kava, I've always realized because I drink kava way longer than I've drank kratom. But one of our really big topics was which do we prefer more, kava or kratom? And I always go with kratom just because I feel like kratom there's so much more you can do with. Kava is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, especially to go to prove like with the TRVTs, you have so many different flavors. With kava, you can only add so much to it. I mean, it's always gonna have that earthy taste, but you can make a tea and flavor it however you want it to for the most part.
Kratom's very versatile, but I personally like to drink both at the same time. Like I like to
Really?
go get like
That's called a jungle juice or something, right?
I mean, I don't mix them together. That's disgusting. But I'll go and get like a shot and a tea. Like that's usually like my first order when I go in anywhere is let me get a tea and like a kava extract shot, like a Comet or something.
That's pretty good.
And that's what I'll start with because I think that they really enhance each other. It's very easy to go over the edge of how much you can handle when you're mixing the two of them because of the way they interact. But I like to mix the both of them. I think the feeling's great. I think it makes them a lot stronger. Like having a Tiave, man, and you take a Comet with it, it's great.
Well, one thing I feel like is, someone who's a brewmaster himself, I feel like I already know your answer, but one of the things we talked about was when flavoring stuff, do we prefer natural fruits or syrups? And yeah, I mean, we have a lot to talk about there.
Oh, well, what do you mean by natural fruits or syrups?
So there's some syrup. So there's actually taking the fruits, mashing them up right there, taking the juice you get from those directly from the fruit, or naturally flavored syrups. Like, do you like having so for example, like with Starbucks with their refreshers, they put like the actual fruit and stuff in it. Obviously, the juice they're putting in it's concentrated crap, but places that use natural fruit flavorings like Big Dog Kombucha flavors all their stuff with legit fruits. Like you actually can see the fruits inside the drink.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best way to go about it, personally, I like to do a mix of both. I think relying on either one too heavily will cause that's when you're able to tell what it's flavored with.
Yeah.
I mean, Big Dog, I don't know their process, but if they're just doing that solely with fruits, they're not even using any syrup, even if the syrup's unflavored.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
Yeah, that's the one thing we talked about when we had him on is the fact that he spends a lot of money on fruit. Like I was there one day when I saw his son making their fruit juice, and it's crazy, dude. They have something like close to 8 of those big boxes of fruits. Like he says pretty much he spends as much money as he has to just for good consistent quality, and he's been testing it for a couple years and he's got it down. I love his stuff, and that's why I love syrups and all. Like syrups is great like whenever you're on the go, but like if you want to make it at home, I always go the route just make your own syrups.
Yeah, no, that's what I do. I don't go out and buy like pre-made,
sure.
Natural.
And you can
syrups.
taste it. You can taste it.
Yeah,
sure.
And that's what I think. Like, you can put fruits in there, before you brew, after you brew, let them absorb their flavor, but there's something really nice about flavoring your own syrup and being able to use that syrup to mix stuff with. You can get a different flavor profile, in my opinion. Like if you were to just mash up strawberries, soak them in this drink, add equal amounts of sugar, and then pull it out, versus if you were to make your own strawberry syrup. I think the flavor profile is different, which when you get into very little almost micro level flavor profile differences, it allows you to really tweak the flavor into what you truly desire.
Oh, yeah. I mean, one of my favorite flavors that I've made has been raspberry watermelon mint homemade syrup, and it's just so good. There's just something about just watermelon flavoring. It's like
when
my
did
favorite.
you make that?
What's that?
When did you make that?
I haven't made it in a while, but back when I was brewing at home and helping brew for certain kava bars, that was probably my most popular.
I was curious if you got the inspiration from me doing the strawberry watermelon.
Oh, this was back in January.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. Do you make a flavor like that?
I do.
Well, you have the water.
Summer melon. That's a strawberry watermelon mint flavor.
Yeah, that's right. You were saying that earlier.
Yeah.
So, so where I got my inspiration from that specifically is there's the company Twinnings. They make tea bags and stuff. They have a watermelon mint, but it just wasn't enough. I needed an extra fruit in there. So I just kind of took all the ingredients that go into that and made it myself at home. And I mean, you know better than anybody that making stuff at home, you get way more out of it than if you just
You get way more control.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just really great. I love your summer melon. I mean, I can't wait for next summer for it to come back out because that's probably my favorite flavor you have. Probably that or the mango blueberry.
It'll probably make a cameo before then, but I'm trying to get more
hello.
like seasonal flavors settled in there. Like I want to get a winter flavor for next time because I had a fall flavor.
Oh yeah.
Next year I want to have a winter flavor.
Damn, that's good. Well, we're going to get on to our last little bit here where we're just going to talk about some of our sponsors we've had throughout the year. I mean, I'm grateful for all of them. Tiave is one of them, always providing us with some delicious drinks. I mean, putting together this whole entire New Year's spectacular here at Nocturne. I mean, you guys, you have really just made a name for yourself and made a name for your company. Like, you really have done a great job in just the couple of months you've really been pushing it hard, and you've been getting into a couple bars. And, I mean, I think you've probably become one of the best-known new teas. I mean, I'm talking about you to these bars all over the state. Every time I go out to, every time I go out to a bar, I come here before I leave. And, like, if I go out to Daytona, I brought out Tiave tea to them to try out. I brought it to Orlando. I brought it out to New Smyrna. Just because, like, again, I don't have sponsors on this podcast that I don't support and I wouldn't use myself. And you really got a great product. And tons of businesses all throughout the state of Florida are starting to know the name Tiave. And it's really good. This year was great, and it's only been a couple of months. Imagine what the next year is going to bring.
Yeah, this next year is it's going to be a really big deal for me. You know, I think this is going to be a really nice year for the business and for everybody who's just is a kind of like a fan of the business. You know, we've got a lot of stuff planned. I want to really be able to give back to everyone this year.
I mean, you give back more than any business owner I know. Like, it's crazy. Like,
I'm always doing something for the people. That's what this is here, right here, man.
We'll get into that in a minute because that's crazy. Like, that's insane that we even have that up here right now. But I want to just give a shout out to a couple other sponsors that we've had throughout the last year. We've had Mitra 9. They've been nothing but supportive. They've given us and all of our viewers really great deals. I mean, we even offered a cruise to somebody. Like, it's crazy what they're giving back to some of their customers. Nocturne Teas, where we've hosted every single episode this year, and we're so appreciative of them. I mean, we're still going to shoot a couple episodes throughout the year here, but just them giving us the platform to shoot the episodes every single week and not asking for anything in return and just openly supporting us so well. We're going to be traveling a lot, and it's all thanks to them giving us a platform to speak on, giving us drinks every single week to give back to the people we have on, for all the taste panels we've done here. I mean, I don't know any other kava bar that gives back as much as they do, and we're just really appreciative of them. We're really appreciative for Thomas and Zeke and Corbin and everybody that's just made this happen. I mean, we've had Alex, we've had Max, we've had Lauren, me, we've had just literally everybody, Rory, Kate, Micah. Seriously, we wouldn't be here without the help of all these people. This isn't something that's just me or just Lauren. It's taken a whole entire collective group of people, and we wouldn't have this at all if it wasn't for Nocturne in general. Also, just a big shout out to Big Dog. I mean, collectively, drink-wise, Big Dog has donated the most drinks to this podcast. I mean, a couple weeks ago, dude brought out, I think, something close to 4 gallons of kombucha, and he gave it away to free to everybody here. Everybody got a glass of Big Dog kombucha. And, I mean, coming from a guy who hates kombucha, Big Dog has made a tea and a kombucha and a kava kombucha, botanical beer. He's made all these flavors, which he's regulated how much vinegar goes into it, how much sugar, how much honey, how much flavoring, how much fruit. And he's got it down to such a crazy tight science. He's got that stuff on lockdown. We're really supportive of what he's got going on. We're going to be going out and doing tours of his new location once that opens next year. In the next couple months, honestly, he's been a proud sponsor pretty much since, I think, episode 4 or 5. And I just can't wait to see what he has coming his way. He's always been a big fan of us. I mean, he's comments on every single one of our posts. He always shoots me a message every time we post an episode. He always just gives back, and that's just something that, you know, we can't take for granted. We appreciate every single one of our sponsors, and we look forward to going into the new year with them and maybe even bringing on maybe a couple more sponsors. I mean, we're not in this for the money. We're in it because we support businesses that support us and, you know, have their morals in check. There's a lot of businesses that are out there just to make a quick buck, and it's just really great to see that we're sponsored by so many people that are, you know, active members of the community. One other one is just Yerba Mate, Guayaki Yerba Mate. They are our newest sponsor. They started sponsoring us about 2 weeks ago, and we've had them on. We've done taste panels with Yerba Mate, and Guayaki just really, it's all organic ingredients, all great flavors. I mean, there's not a flavor I don't enjoy. They got the Terre bottles. They have the cans. They really got it going. We're going to be doing an event with them hopefully soon. Just big shout out to all of our sponsors. We really couldn't do it without you. And just to kind of get back, we're going to be talking here with Everett about what he's got going on up here on stage. And it's pretty damn crazy.
All right.
Dude's got a sword up here.
All right. So can I address like everyone out
here?
here?
Yeah, please.
Excuse
hey, everybody
me.
in the bar.
Everyone, can I get your attention for a second? Hello. Hello. All right. Hi, guys. My name's Everett. If you guys didn't hear me before, I run Tiave Teas. All right. Hey, everyone, if I could get your attention real quick. My name's Everett. I run Tiave Teas, which is a business that started out of this bar here 4 months ago.
Yep.
And
Woo! Good. Woo! That's good, Alex.
Woo! Thank you, guys. And over these last 4 months, we've grown from a business that coming in here 4 months ago, I hadn't ever made a single sale. The business didn't exist. But in those 4 months, we've gone from having 0 sales to being a very loved business in the community, and we have multiple locations in which we're available at. So tonight, I'd like to commemorate just how far you guys have gotten my business this year and how far we've grown as a community together. Nocturne Teas started out just, 4.5 months ago, 5 months ago?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And it's already got more people in here than any other kava bar and Brevard does right now.
That's crazy. It's crazy to see how quickly they've grown.
Yeah, so for tonight, every Tiave tea you buy, it's going to get you a raffle ticket, and you're going to enter a raffle that's going to be giving away our brand new 16-ounce glasses that we were showing off earlier.
Right
Mind
here.
hitting the light on that one?
Yeah, let's get the light on.
And when you bring these glasses back to special events, it'll allow you to get free refills on drinks and stuff like that.
Glows purple, dude. That's sick.
We're going to be giving out hoodies. I've got a lot of custom hoodies. If you look over there, it's the one with the big butterfly wings and the spinal cord on it.
That's sick. Wait, hey, actually, Zoe, would you mind bringing up one of those jackets? We'll get it on camera here. Yeah. Right, that's it, right?
Oh, this is a one of one. We actually made a one of one distressed Tiave jacket made by the one and only DJ.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Woo. So we're also giving away Nocturne Teas hoodies. We're giving away Nocturne Teas growlers with free fills. And all sorts of good stuff. But I don't want to waste your time for much longer, so I'm going to get into the big news. I have planned a great giveaway for next year that I think everyone here can love.
Come on, Kate, get up here.
Come on, let's show this real quick.
We love Kate.
This is Kate. She's got one of the only 2 of these in existence.
Whoop,
You want
whoop.
to show the back real quick?
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
flex a little bit.
Flex a little
Yeah, flex a little bit.
Ow!
We love Kate.
Do I need to start stripping?
Hey yo. That's only for the Patreon fans.
All right, but not to waste any more time, I'll just go ahead and say it. I have a huge giveaway planned for next year to give back to everyone. I thought something that would be really great that nobody ever seems to really do is give out something that people really want. Next year, I'll be giving away this sword. It's a real sword. It's a Crusader's sword.
Holy shit.
Yeah!
That's insane.
To represent the Kratom Crusades, turning over old, terrible products and getting y'all better ones. If you guys want to come up here, you can see the sword. I'm going to engrave a
shit.
Tiave logo down the side right here. Oh, yeah, Kate's got a sword. We're going to be fighting soon, but this is a real sword.
Dude, that goes hard as hell.
Oh, yeah, forged Damascus steel.
That's crazy. Damascus steel is like the real deal. That's like 1,000 pieces of metal smashed together, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So next year we're going to be giving this away. We're going to be engraving a logo on it.
Awesome. So
getting
you
it
guys,
slapped.
the best way that you guys can stay up to date with that is going to Tiave's Instagram. Which go ahead. You can go ahead and shut that out.
Yeah, it's just Tiave, Teave .t on Instagram. We do a ton of giveaways all the time. We've got really big giveaways planned. I just like to give back to the community and everyone who's helped me here so far. So if you go ahead and give it a follow, that pretty much automatically enters you for like half the giveaways we do, because we normally draw from our following list, except for on like one-off events like tonight.
Oh, yeah.
You know, special events, we do drawings of people in the bar. But most of the time we do drawings from that list. So just following, go ahead, and it gets you on the list for giveaways.
Well, dude, I mean, this has been crazy. I mean, what the hell? No one's brought a sword onto the episode yet, so yeah, that's a first timer. But yeah, guys, we got some Tiave T merch over there. We got 101, man, so you get it while it's there, because you're going to be rocking some exclusive merch from Tiave T's. We really appreciate you guys, letting us do our thing here this week. I know it seems like it's actually been a short episode, but it's because in post-production, I'm adding a bunch of stuff. So we're actually going to call it here for the night. You got anything else you want to say before we close out?
No, just go ahead and get your Tiave tees. Later tonight, we're going to be doing giveaways of tons of stuff. I mean, it's probably hundreds of dollars worth of stuff and giveaways that we'll be doing later.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. This has been episode 16. This is our New Year's Eve spectacular here on the Breaking Brews podcast. I'm your host, Mikey, too.
And I am Everett with Tiave tees.
And we'll see you guys next week. See you guys. All right, guys, thank you. Woo! Woo! But yeah, guys, if you guys want to watch this episode, it's going to be up on Friday. We record here almost every single Monday around 10 to 11:30 p.m. and we do it live. We get people involved. This week's been kind of a weird episode just because it's New Year's. But yeah, we tape here live every Monday, and it goes up on YouTube every single Friday. So yeah, guys, check it out. It's the Breaking Brews, BREWS podcast on YouTube. We are on Spotify, but I'm really far behind on putting episodes up there because it just takes a long time to upload. But yeah, guys, if you guys come out this upcoming Monday, we are going to be having Root A1A Kava. They're going to be bringing out free kava ice cream to anybody that comes out here. So it's free kava infused ice cream. We're also going to be having the owner of Space Swap, which is an upcycling business that promotes small business, local artists. And then on top of that, we are also going to be having Amardal coming out here, and we're going to be giving away some Amardal. So if you guys want some free stuff this Monday from 10 p.m. to from 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m., we are going to be taping live and giving away free kava ice cream, free Amardal, and we're going to be just talking about a lot of cool stuff that's coming up. So make sure you guys come out on Monday. We'll really appreciate it. See you guys. Cool. That's it.